Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Dark Horse by B.J. Daniels, performed by Carly Robbins. Chapter 1. Their footfalls echoed among the terrified screams and woeful sobbing as they moved down the long hallway. The nurse's aide, a young woman named Tess, stopped at a room in the criminally insane section of the hospital and, with trembling fingers, pulled out a key to unlock the door. "I really shouldn't be doing this," Tess said, looking around nervously. As the door swung open, she quickly moved back. Nikki St. felt a gust of air escape the room like an exhaled breath. The light within the interior was dim, but she could hear the sound of a chair creaking rhythmically. "I'm going to have to lock the door behind you," Tess whispered. Not yet. It took a moment for Nikki's eyes to adjust to the dim light within the room. She fought back the chill that skittered over her skin, like spider legs, as her gaze finally lit on the occupant. "This is the wrong one," Nikki said, and tried to step back into the hallway. "That's her," the nurse's aide said, keeping her voice down. "That's Mary Ann McGraw." Nikki stared at the white-haired, slack-faced woman, rocking back and forth, her gaze blank as if blind. That woman is too old. Her hair turned white overnight after what happened. She's been like this ever since. Tess shuddered and hugged herself as if she felt the same chill Nikki did. She hasn't spoken in all that time? Not a word. Her husband comes every day to visit her. She never responds. Nikki was surprised that Travers McGraw would come to visit his former wife at all, given what she was suspected of doing. Maybe, like Nikki, he came hoping for answers. What about her children? They visit occasionally, the oldest son more than the others, but she doesn't react as if she knows any of them. That's all she does, rock like that for hours on end. Cull McGraw, the oldest son, Nikki thought. He'd been 7, a few years older than her, at the time of the kidnapping. His brothers Boone and Ledger were probably too young to remember the kidnapping, maybe even too young to really remember their mother. "If you're going in, you'd best hurry," Tess said, still looking around nervously. Nikki took a step into the room, hating the thought of the nurse's aide locking the door behind her. As her eyes adjusted more to the lack of light, she saw that the woman had something clutched against her chest. A chill snaked up her spine as she made out 2 small glassy-eyed faces looking out at her from under matted heads of blonde hair. "What's that she's holding?" she whispered hoarsely as she hurriedly turned to Tess before the woman could close and lock the door. "Her babies." "Her babies?" "They're just old dolls. They need to be thrown in the trash. We tried to switch them with new ones, but she had a fit. When we bathe or change her, we have to take them away. She screams and tears at her hair until we give them back. It was the doctor's idea, giving her the dolls. Before that, she was violent. She had to be sedated or you couldn't get near her. Like I said, you go in there at your own risk. She's unpredictable and, if provoked, dangerous since she's a lot stronger than she looks. If I were you, I'd make it quick." Nikki reached for her notebook as the door closed behind her. The tumblers in the lock sounded like a cannon going off as Tess locked the door. At your own risk. Comforting words, Nikki thought, as she took a tentative step deeper into the padded room. She'd read everything she could find on the McGraw kidnapping case. There'd been a lot of media